Well, hey everybody, today is Sunday. It's March the 10th. The year is 2024. Can you believe it's the 10th of the month already? This month's gonna go by quick. There was a little family out here and flying a drone, so I'm gonna show that footage a little bit, but I'm gonna have to edit the hell out of it because you can't see that drone in the backdrop of the sky. Now, when he got to where you could see the blue, like see the line of blue, it showed up really good. But if it stayed in the tree line, you couldn't hardly see it at all. It looked like the drone itself was black. Hardly couldn't see no light flash on it or nothing. But I zoomed in on it so maybe you can see what he had. DHI, probably, the way it sounded and the way it looked. Been thinking about getting me one of them drone things. What you reckon I could learn to fly one of them things? I don't know. He looked like he was like 9 years old. If he could fly it, I imagine I could fly it. But yeah, there's strict rules and regulations about them. So I'll do my research before I just jump up and buy one. Boy, look at the creek behind me. Ain't no trees budding except for the white ones. And they're budding real good all over town, as a matter of fact. Last night it did get down to at least 29 degrees from what I can see. My hair, look at my hair, it's a mess. All right, there's a couple of insertion videos I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the first one right here now.
The person who made this clip I'm about to show you is a genius. This is Brandon literally giving the same speech over and over and over again.
For too many decades, we imported projects and exported jobs. Now, thanks to what you've all done, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Now, instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Build the economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down. To build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down. Building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. We're the only nation on earth that has always turned every crisis we faced into an opportunity. We're the only country that has emerged from every crisis we've ever entered stronger than we got into it. This year, COVID-19 no longer need control our lives. Today, COVID no longer controls our lives. The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The only nation that can be defined by a single word, possibilities. Actually, I can define it in one word, and I mean this. Possibilities. Possibilities. I'm a capitalist. Look, I'm a capitalist. I'm a capitalist. I'm a capitalist. Let's pass the PRO Act. Pass the PRO Act. Pass the PRO Act. And extend the child tax credit. And let's restore the full child tax credit. Restore that child tax credit. If you travel 20 miles east of Columbus, Ohio, you'll see a field of dreams. Outside of Columbus, Ohio, on 1,000 acres, literally a field of dreams, our infrastructure is ranked 13th in the world. Used to be #1 in the world in infrastructure. We've sunk to 13th in the world. Began to replace the poisonous lead pipes so every child, every American has clean water to drink at home and at school. We're also replacing poisonous lead pipes. Removing poisonous lead pipes so every child can drink clean water without risk of brain damage. We're going to do it by buying American. Buy American products. We're going to buy American. We're going to buy American. Buy America. The American Rescue Plan helped working people and left no one behind. We're
Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
We leave no one.
Go Joe Biden.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I wonder does Donald Trump use the same speech over and over? Somebody's going to have to check that now.
In America than any other country in the world.
Speech check.
You know, we pay more for prescription drugs
And
than
that
any nation in the
other
world.
guy that I want to show
Americans
you
pay more for prescription drugs than anywhere
talks
in the
about
world.
one
Insulin costs
times
about $10
one
a vial to make.
times
It costs the drug companies
It's one. One
$10 a vial to make that insulin.
times one
Let's cap the
is
cost of
one.
insulin at $35 a month.
And
Let's
I made a
cap the cost of insulin
playlist.
for everybody at
I'll put a link in
$35.
the description
I
right
want to
here.
cap the cost of
When
insulin
it's
at $35 a month
processed,
for
you'll see
every
it right
American
there.
citizen. Build a national
Go check
network
him
of
out.
500,000
And there was a couple other
electric
things
vehicle
I've seen that I'm
We're
going
gonna
to
build
insert in here.
500,000 electric vehicle charging stations. The IBW work is building and installing 500,000 electric vehicles.
Yep.
500,000 electric vehicle charging stations.
We ain't been told the truth about
Present tax
nothing.
system ain't fair. The tax system is not fair. It is not fair. Does anybody really think the tax code is fair?
I'm
Upside
pretty
down
sure that
world.
we're all very tired of
Until
hearing
it's not.
the exact same thing every single year.
Oh, I did swim a
Maybe
record
little
today.
less talk
3 of them,
and a
actually
lot
4
more
counting the
action.
mile. I'll put a link to in the description to what it looks like. But I did it a mile in 27:40 seconds. 27:40 seconds. That's got to be an all-time. I don't ever remember swimming that fast anywhere else, but I can go through the data. There's got to be a way to search that database inside of Google a little better than what I've been doing, because I've been swimming for years, and there's years worth of data. I ought to be able to. I may watch a video about it, see if I can do that. But other than that, I can just cut in the record, the personal, new PR, personal record, and show you the statistics of that swim and the lap count and all that. And you can see that that was one of my better swims. But I had been building up for it all week. Now the question is this: will I be able to swim tomorrow, or will I have to take tomorrow off? I won't know until I get there. But I do want to say this about how I swim and how I got to be where I can do this. I quantum jumped over to a reality, an alternate timeline where Buddy never stopped swimming from the time he was like 20. He just kept swimming and got better and better and better. And so I go back when I really was doing the quantum jumping, which I haven't done it in a while, but now I got this new PR like that. I'm gonna have to move on over there so I can go even faster.
Now, I'm going to mention this about quantum jumping. I've been practicing quantum jumping for quite a while. Now, there is another buddy in a multi-universal reality. This buddy started swimming at a very young age, and he never checked up. He became a professional swimmer. Actually, probably even from what I've seen when I've jumped over to that reality, is he's an Olympic swimmer and gold medals at that. Now that's not in this reality, but there's another reality, alternate reality, where Buddy Huggins exists and is a gold medal swimmer. So when I go over there to that reality, he talks to me and he gives me tips and tells me how my body should feel when I'm gliding through the water. And I can't explain it exactly, except it's telepathic communicating, it's verbal communicating. I'm literally having a conversation with that part of my multiverse self. And then I bring it into this reality, I meditate on it, and I literally intend to dream of swimming and feeling my body. Every stroke, every catch, every grab, every kick, left foot, right foot, and it is working. It is really kicking in. Now, of course, practice helps. I've been swimming for a very long time, but this is my best year ever. Overall distance, overall time, I've never swam this hard, this fast, this long, for this many months getting ready for the bike ride. I always do it a little bit, as much as I feel like in the past, to set me up for when spring gets here and then I start riding the bike outside.
But when you quantum jump, you intend to talk to the buddy in an alternate multiple verse reality that has that talent, that specific ability to do it because he stuck to it. Yeah, if you stick to doing anything, you'll get good at it. But that's how I learned to swim over the years. I've been knowing about quantum jumping for, I know, at least 10 years.
Hey everybody, this is Buddy. Well, I've been getting a question lately, and people have been asking on the internet, how do I make my videos? And how did I learn it? Well, I got to tell you, I learned it all by trial and error. I taught myself, and I'm a good listener. So I have listened to videos and watched YouTube videos on how to do things. But now I've taken it to a whole nother level. I've actually started quantum leaping to the buddy that is already a videographer, producer, director, filmmaker, documentary, and big screen credits. And that buddy lives in another reality, an alternative timeline, where myself actually went into that field and was immensely successful. So what I do is, in a deep state of meditation, I literally send my intention and set my intention to meet that buddy, to quantum leap over to that timeline and ask him specific questions. Now, I receive these answers in a form of a download. Over the next 2 or 3 days and nights, I expect fully telepathically to receive the information that I've asked for, and be it technical questions or even spiritually minded, technically innovative questions. Well, what happens is I get the answers, and it comes through my DNA, very essence of my subconsciousness. That's where all memory is. And that buddy and this buddy that you see right here in this time continuum is connected. And there's multiple buddies that are on multiple timelines that I can jump to and keep asking good questions. Social media, marketing, anything I set my intention to, I can learn and master. So what I'm doing is sharing this with you. So like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment about it, and try to do it yourself. It's easy. Look it up. You'll find out that there are other people out there teaching how to quantum leap and quantum jump, and asking yourselves good questions.
Timeline Dynamics, Time Travel and the Nature of Linear Time. By Pao Chang. The rules of time travel are rooted in quantum physics. Understanding these rules reveals much about the behavior of hyperdimensional beings and the reason for certain metaphysical laws. Timeline dynamics is essentially about temporal feedback loops between the present and its available range of probable futures. This is just realm dynamics reinterpreted from the perspective of linear time, which affords additional insights, as you will see.
An older fellow named Burt Goldman was one of the first people I ever heard talking about it. So I implemented it in my life when it comes to swimming, biking, running, and doing CrossFit and all those kinds of different things. Blend them all together, and yep, now that I set that new personal best, seeing how I haven't quantum jumped over to myself that's a swimmer that is very fast. Matter of fact, I think he's, in that reality, he's a world champion. You have a world champion in you in some alternative reality. You had a talent, something that you let go when you were young. Now you can bring that back to your life by quantum jumping over to that reality. So I don't know if I've explained it good in this video, but I'll make a video specifically about quantum jumping. Thank y'all for watching my channel. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. The sun is getting low in the sky, and they're gonna close this place at 5 o'clock. All right, y'all have a good day. Thank you for watching my channel. Leave a like and a comment. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button. Yeah, smash that like button. Bye.